Nothing. Collins, can you talk?
Yeah,
Class. Make I call you before you join.
Charlie, we might be the crowd. Confirming us, I'm a major.
Sawala.
Oh, yeah, but you're not. Boy,
Go
hey,
massa
now
fio.
what's up?
Tinti, what to say,
Oh,
Efro?
boy, me a Johnny. More kitchen, me Johnny crack.
And problem
Oh,
now.
see a Johnny, oh, 15 minutes later, after I can say, to do.
No. And I said I was away. I just go to.
Ah, so you me talk as an son of a veteran home. To me, you see on the corner. But it's a winning bell.
15 minutes then. 15 minutes then. 31. 15 minutes then. Never know what. Okay. Chanel. Bueno, the how do you call it? The conjunctive, I can't skip it because I have to teach it. Okay, I have to. So,
Boy,
have you?
that topic no. That topic.
Yep.
You see, what's a book no? Or no, or try view the name, the counting no.
Yeah.
If you not come saying cannot be. But your friend not started. So of course I know the
No,
other.
listen.
They are sure see a
Yeah,
better
listen.
example do you want.
Okay, you
That
relax.
cannot
You
all be
relax.
a deep.
Relax. Not relax. The conjunctive, it applies in all tenses, as in even it's all your passive verb. Example, you're making this type of sentence. So say I am washing the car, active sentence. The passive will be the car is being washed. Okay? And no. So the car is being washed, Once the car, then you're not washing this up, but it's being washed. And also you have the conjunctive for her. So like the conjunctive the say now you present tense, we have to know the conjunctive with worden, which is the present tense. Okay, plus all the modal verbs. Because mean to mean so in crinen, Abraham means a zolen and so Abraham like meaning the same rules and I apply to it. So the engine I mentioned one, then later. Because me outside now, like your committee, you will just move on. Because idea where there will be and like I said, the problem any German, no, the problem any English, no, trying to correlate it to English, and a problem no. So even say the one you know so we C1 and C2 krana, it's a issue, it's an issue. So it's an issue with the English. The English tense, the subjunctive in English is the subjunctive in German. So regardless of whichever level I'll be seeing this topic, you have a challenge. So you just have to embrace it, like right now. That's what I say. Then you just keep on practicing with time. The more you use it, sometimes, like I said, initially it wasn't working, but then I adapted to it. Say, okay, right now, if I want to make if I conjugativeness, the subjectiveness, if I want to make any sentence that's like I'm not sure of, like any sentence, like I use it to make statements that I'm not sure of. For example, and let's say we call bank, okay, they were cleaning. Normally I have with the ruler, no, I go inside the bank with the ruler. Okay, I wanted to use the ATM, it's inside the bank. So the clean staff, they were there. They were clean, they were actively cleaning, okay? So if you ever know, say, or share me, like, me fancy about it. And I'm getting like, and yes, like, I would have, like, come back. And yes, or more now, like, who's some more, like, I put it outside. So, like, I can't, but the busy about it, but I thought, said they are not there, okay? Like, I don't know, you have to make it, like, I would have, I can make it, but because, so, like, there are sentences that you can't escape them, okay? You just have to embrace it, then just be practical with it. Time be able to make it on rails sentences that are not active, sentence that you are not sure of. Then you think of the conjunctive. When it's in the present tense, you just use the verb plus infinitive. But the other verbs, the other about 15 verbs now, the 6 modal verbs plus about like 11 other so verbs now, we prefer to use the original conjunctive. You just apply them. Simple. Okay, and at the last time, was it I think the lesson before, the comprehension was better than the last one. It's because when it's because of the conditional sentences, like the conditional clause. For example, a day before the test I gave, you were able to form those sentences. Example, I would come, I would know ich würde kommen. But then when I use the condition when I use the conditional clause, as in if and when there's an English, there's like it's not balanced with English. English, when you use when, then you can't say would. But then if you don't use the conditional sentence, you can use would. Example, I would come. Okay, but in English, if you want to say you can't say if he would come, you will say if he came. Okay, so the problem is with when the usage of when, you can't use when and would, if and would in English, but you can use the when and would. So basically, when you want to make the conditional sentences, just use when plus still you use the when, but in English, like I said, you can't say if he came, but in German it's applicable. You can say if he would come. Okay, so like just with when, just continue with the wooden comment. So like anything outside, anything be okay, just that if you use the when you use the if in English, you can't use who, but still in German, even when you are saying if he came, German is still he would come. So it would be what wenn kommen würde. Okay, yeah. So the problem is with English tense, in conditional, and I'll be pass. But then if you are just stating it emphatically, say he would come, although you are not sure, you say he would come, it's still the comment. But in English, what they call conditional sentence, and you want to say if he would come, it's a wrong tense. You have to say if he came. Okay, but still German, you say wenn kommen würde. It still remains the same with wenn. Klar? Yeah. And the past tense with the normal verbs too. When the past tense, the present participle is formed with sign or the haben, you just change the sign or the haben to the conjunctive form of haben and sign, which is hätten and what wären. So you just send it to the participle of the verb will go to the end of the sentence. So like that's simple. The modal verbs not a problem, but in the present tense, you should be able to use them. I know that with the past tense, the combination of three verbs, there's an issue with it. So I will boycott that one for today. The past tense with modal verb, but practice the past tense with the normal verbs. So if he would come is present, conjunctive present for that. He would come, which would be würde kommen or that käme. Okay, but you want to say if he would have come, that's the past tense. That's the present participle. Like basically that's the past tense. But if in the present participle, present perfect of the he would have come, like he came, so he have come, will be what is the common. So it's use of the sign, which is est. So you just change the est with what wäre. So what wäre gekommen. Okay, for the past tense, he would have come with what wäre gekommen. He have come with what ist gekommen. So conjunctive past tense, you just say the est what wäre. Then if we want to say, if I had a phone, when ich ein Handy hätte, that's the present. We want to say if I had a phone in the past, it will be what? Wenn ich ein Handy gehabt hätte. Okay, so with them the haben, if you want, like sentence that contains just haben and no, like basically haben is the helping verbs are like they don't exist with other verbs. Like it may be he is shy. Let me say he is smart with what is klug. Okay, if you want to send the sentence to conjunctive, it will what very klug. He would be what smart, right? He would be smart. But in this sentence, if you want to send it to the past, he would have been smart. What he was smart. So war klug. You just change the var to what wäre, klar. So like in English, he has been smart as the past tense of he would have. Sorry, let me come down. He is smart as the active sentence, right? In this sentence, only sein is used, right? There isn't any other verb. So in the past tense, what he was smart, right? He was smart. But if you want to say he had been smart, so sorry, is it he was? He had been smart. He had been smart. No, he has been smart. Yeah, he has been smart is the present participle, the present perfect. He has been smart. Like example, he has been sick. He was sick. He has been sick. Klar. So that's the present participle. In German, it's what? Er ist klug gewesen. He has been smart. So the sein, we want to use the present participle, the present perfect. Present perfect is what the present perfect of sein is formed with what ist gewesen. The sein itself plus what being is gewesen. Being B-E-E-N is gewesen. So any sentence that contains the past, the present participle of sein, which is being, you just have to remember that you have to use gewesen, and it's formed with itself. Sein gewesen. So depending on the pronoun, it's gewesen, but whatever gewesen, gewesen. Klar. Then the haben is I have the what?
The past, we use the you. The simple past, like it's
your network, I couldn't hear you. Come again, I couldn't hear you. Your network is just the voice of mine.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You said?
Oh, so. With the Zion, also I'm say resign according to modal verbs. We should use the past, the simple past rather, like it's var, like var. No, we should use the var rather than the it's gewesen. Other.
Yeah. No. Listen, I'm trying to explain the tenses to you. Okay, I am sick. Is what? Ich bin krank. Okay, if I want to say I was sick, that's the past tense. It was. I was sick, but ich war krank. But I'm just saying that we also have the present what perfect. And the present perfect is formed with itself. It's sein plus gewesen. Okay, so we want to say the present perfect will be what I have been is the present perfect. Do you get it? Senya, I come, ich komme. The past tense is what? Ich kam, which is I came. The present perfect is what? I have come, which is formed with what? Sein plus gekommen. So I'm saying that the helping verbs sein, werden plus haben, they also have their own forms, and they are formed with itself. They form their present perfect, like Omwaka said, they use themselves. So if it's haben, it will be hat gehabt. Then sein is what? Ist gewesen. That's have been and what? Have had. So I'm saying sentence that contains no other verb aside these two. The conjunctive, we use them in the conjunctive. So the example I'm giving with the sein is what? I am smart, or the I am smart is what? Ich bin klug, or that ich bin schlau, clever. If I want to say I was smart, it would be what? Ich war what? Klug. That's the past tense. The present participle, not present participle. The present perfect is what? Ich bin klug gewesen. I have been smart. Okay, so in this sentence, if you want when you are sending this sentence to conjugative, what the present tense of what? I would be smart. Okay, I would be smart. Maybe I would be smart if Einstein gave birth to me. Okay, if Einstein gave birth to me, like none of them. So that's the conjugative form. May smart and Einstein womb, yeah. So okay, you get it. So the past tense will be what? I am the past tense, the present perfect, or like the conjugative past tense will be what? I would have been. Okay, I would have been smart. I would have been smart. That's the past tense. In the past, no, and I would have been smart if, say, Einstein had given birth to me. So that's the past tense. So have been is what? Ist klug gewesen. So in the conjunctive, the past tense will be what? Wäre gewesen. So ich wäre klug gewesen. I would have been smart. Then Einstein, or me. Do you get it? So I'm saying that you with the conjunctives, when they stand alone, you have to form them with themselves. You have to form, okay. So example for the having to, I have a phone is active. I have it in handy. I want to say, um, I had a phone. The past tense, maybe 2 days ago I had a phone with what ich hatte ein Handy. When I want to say, I for the conjunctive, what I would have a phone. Yeah, I would have a phone. Yeah, I would have a phone if I had money. Okay, that's the conjunctive, the present. Oh, and kamenya phone. Sankamiyuska, kamenya phone. It's present tense of the conjunctive because we are talking about something that may or could happen if something. Okay, so in the past of the conjunctive, like in the present conjunctive, what ich hätte ein Handy, because the active is ich habe ein Handy. So I want to say I would have itself is what hätte or the wurden haben, but would have we prefer to use what the real conjunctive form of what haben, which is hätte. So it basically just say ich hätte ein Handy. I would have a phone. You get it? So in the past, I want to say, I would have had a phone if I had had money in the past. And Kameniska if I had had money. So this you have to form it with itself. I would have had. So what ich hätte ein Handy gehabt. Okay, the two have to come. Okay, yeah. Do you get it? So ich hätte ein Handy gehabt, wenn ich viel Geld. Yes, so you don't forget. So if you just use ich hätte ein Handy both in the present and you in the present, you are right. But when you want to use it in the past, you should have to remember that you are talking about have had. So the two have to come. Which is hätte gehabt. You want to say have been. Have been. The first have, which is formed with sein itself. The first have is what sein because it's formed with itself. So the first have is what sein. Then the been is also sein. So what is gewesen? Okay. So what I was the modal verbs, like I said, the content. The content is what I could be, I could have, yeah. The other like content itself means be able to. So I'm going to say I would be able to come if I if so and so happens. So ich könnte kommen. So I can come is active. I can come means I'm certain I can come. Okay. When I want to say in the past I was able to come, the past tense of what the modal verb können is konnte on the umlaut. The past tense of modal verbs, none of them have keep their umlaut. Okay. It's konnte kommen. I could come. I was able to come. It's still could. Okay. I was able to come. It's ich konnte kommen. Okay. The conjunctive form for the maybe you want to say, oh, I would be able to come. It's still ich könnte, but umlaut. The conjunctive form is formed with putting umlaut on the what the past tense of the what the verb. If it contains a, o, and u, you put umlaut on them. Then you add your e if it doesn't end with what an e. So current, the past tense for current is konte. Konte. Okay, so it contains what a, o, and u. You put your umlaut on it to form what the konte. So you just say, oh, I would be able to come, but ich könnte kommen. You are not sure. Okay, if you want to pass that, forget. The past, we do away with the past today. Okay, so like at least I hope say comprehension kakra. I'll use the next 11 minutes to I think we do something before going back to the book. Maybe practice few examples. And is there any question?
Oh, so far the alles klar.
No. So I hope you have this table. Or you can form them of it. Können, the past tense is what? Könnte. Then the preteritum is könnte, as that the past tense. Then what? You just put umlaut on what? The O, then to form the conjunctive. Okay. Sollen and wollen, we keep them. Sollen, WOLLLAN, and sollen. We keep the preteritum. We use the same preteritum as what? As a conjunctive for sollen and wollen. Okay. But müssen is what? Musste for the past tense. And with the modal verbs, we don't actually use the what? Hat gemusst, hat gekonnt, hat gesollt. We prefer to, I was able to come. We just say ich konnte kommen. Okay. With the past tense, we use them like that. I was able to come. I should, or that I was supposed to come. Sollen means was supposed to, and it's used in English just like should. Okay. Was supposed to, like supposed to do something. So I should come is what? Is solle kommen. Okay. Is soll kommen. Sorry. Solle is the which tense is that? Solle is the conjunctive eins. Don't forget. So is soll kommen. I should come. Okay, is soll kommen. Then what to say? I was supposed to come is what? Is sollte kommen. I was supposed to do it. Is sollte es tun, or that is sollte es machen. I was supposed to do. Okay, past tense is what? Sollte. Okay, you don't use the ich habe machen gesollt. Ich habe no, we don't use it like that. If we use it, you have to use to use the preteritum. Okay. So what müssen is to have to. Then you want to say I had to do something is what? Ich musste arbeiten. I have to work is what? Ich muss arbeiten. You want to say, oh, I didn't come today because I had to work. Ich musste arbeiten. Klar? Yeah. Then wollen is to want something. Ich will kommen. I want to come. I wanted to come over, but I don't know. Using the vote, yeah, like I wanted to come is what? It's voted kommen. I wanted to come is voted kommen. But then the usage for there's another usage when you have to say I didn't want to see him. So it's voted English sehen. Yeah. So it just wollen past tense is voted, okay? So I wanted to talk, ich wollte sprechen. I wanted to jump, ich wollte springen. Okay? Then like I said, we did have the hat gewollt. We use it. Maybe we use the hat plus gewollt if you want to I have always wanted. So what to say? I have always wanted to travel to Germany. That what ich habe immer gewollt nach Deutschland zu fahren. Yeah, that's how we use that. Also, I said with the haben, basically with the present perfect for the modal verbs, we don't use them. Hat gekonnt, hat gesollt, hat gemusst, hat gedurft. But I said with wollen, we normally use the habe gewollt. That's when you want to say I have always wanted to. Then you use what? Ich habe immer gewollt, nach Deutschland zu fahren. Ich habe immer gewollt. I have always wanted. But when you are just stating that I wanted to travel to Germany, ich wollte nach Deutschland reisen. I wanted to write, ich wollte schreiben. In English, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I wanted to ask, ich wollte fragen. Okay, I wanted to. Okay, get it? Then dürfen means what? To be allowed. Okay. Not you allowing someone, but then you are saying you are allowed. Okay, there's sometimes they're very confusing. The dolphin means you are allowed to, not you are allowing someone to, but you are allowed to. So what to say? I am allowed to talk with in the present tense with what? Ich darf is irregular. Ich darf what? Sprechen. I am allowed to jump. Ich darf springen. I am allowed to go out. Ich darf ausgehen. Okay, so you want to send it to the past that, oh, I was allowed to eat the cake. But ich durfte den Kuchen essen. Ich durfte, I was allowed to come. My parents, like Like basically, like you are saying, my parents allowed me to come. So my Elton, no, you won't say that my Elton. You still like you have to use, but a staff Coleman. It's Dwarfte Coleman. If you want to say the confusing another can be any. The dolphin, just the dolphin means you're allowed to do something. So I am allowed to come, a staff, I am allowed to jump, a staff, I am allowed to read. You want to say, oh, am I allowed to read what darf ich lesen? Forming question sentences, we start with what? The verb, which you already know. Am I allowed to? May I talk to you? It also means may, okay? May. To be allowed to or may. May I come? Darf ich kommen? Yeah, so la. Then in the past, I want to say I was allowed to, and what is durfte essen? I was allowed to eat the food. I was allowed to what? Ich durfte. Okay, we don't use the hat gedurft. Okay. Yeah. Then mögen. Mögen means to like. Mögen means to like. Mögen means to like, and mögen is used to like nouns to describe preferences to nouns. So if you want to say, I like the food, ich mag das Essen. I like the man, ich mag den Mann. I like the dodo, ich mag the dodo. Klar? If this and the past tense is what? Mukte. Mukte. The past tense of mögen is mukte. So you want to say, I like the food, what ich mochte das Essen. Ich mochte den Laptop. Ich mochte das Frühstück. I like the breakfast. I like my boss, but I don't like him anymore. Ich mochte meinen Chef, aber ich mag ihn jetzt nicht mehr. Yeah, so depending on how you want to form the sentence. So you like for nouns, then gern is activities. So gern is the adjective for mögen. Okay. Then you see here is mochte. So the conjunctive, the original conjunctive for mögen, to say to like something, which will be paired with would. So I would like, then is möchte, because we said if you want to form the conjunctive of any verb, you take the past tense of the verb, which is what, which here for mögen is what mochte. You put umlaut on it if it contains the vowel a, o, u. So it contains the vowel what o. So you put an umlaut on it, which will soften the ch. Or umlaut softens what ch. Then what möchte. So that's where the möchte now it comes from. So möchte means I would like. Okay, I would like. Ich möchte. That's a conjunctive form of the verb mögen. I would like. Klar, super. Then, yeah, and for mögen, if you want to say, I have always liked to you can use the mochte, but then we also use it like the vote. I have always liked. Then ich habe immer gemocht basically, when you're just talking about direct accusative, I liked the something, then you use what? Ich mochte. But the gemocht is not very common like the gewollt, hat gewollt. But then we still use the wollen, wollte. I wanted to. Yeah. Then haben is what's hatte for the past tense. I had. Then want to say I have had would be what? Ich habe gehabt. Okay, the present perfect. Then the sein is was, the past tense is was. You want to say you then the present perfect is what has been, is what is gewesen. Okay, yeah. And again, in present perfect in English, they are all formed with what? Carbon. In English, that's where the confusion lies. In English, all present perfect of any verb in English is formed with what? Have something. But in German, we are saying that if the verb contains what? Movement towards a place or a change of state, we use what? Sein. Okay, that's why with the conjunctive form of every verb in English, it want to say for going, it will what? I have gone. Like even in the present perfect, you will say I have gone. We will say Like you won't use sein. You won't use am. It has nothing. But in German, although in English you say I have gone, in English you say use sorry in English, even though you say I have gone, in German you use the sign to say what ich bin gegangen. Okay, which means in the conjunctive, the past conjunctive, it will still be what I would have gone, but would have in German is hätte. But we are saying that if it contains what movements or change of state, we use sein, which is what ich wäre gegangen. You have to pay note to that always. Don't forget. Basically, you just translate the present perfect, the normal present perfect, which is being gegangen, being gefahren, being whatever. You just translate it to what, even though when it's would have, it is would have in English, you still have to use what, change the would have to what would be, which is very to form what the present perfect or the past tense for what the conjunctive. Okay, just translate it. Okay, they're like present perfect to conjunctive, the original perfect period. Yeah, that's fast. Okay, I hope say I've made a lot of sense today. Because I mean, you see a bit much if you. Okay, yeah. Klar.
Yeah, klar.
So let's do just 50 from 15 to 20, then we continue with the book. So here, he sits on the chair, will be
Please, we are
on
not
your.
showing
On the
on a share channel.
He said, "Can you see my screen?"
Yeah, I can now see.
yeah,
Yeah. So 15. He's yeah. So he sits on the chair. Will be active. Active. So
yeah,
it will be what?
active. So yes, that of them,
Is
of them students.
so he sits. Okay, not zets. Zet is he is sitting. He's now sitting. Is zetsen. Is zish. Zets. Zish.
Very active also.
Yeah, it's active. He's already sitting. Okay, so he sits auf dem Stuhl. Klar. So he sat on the chair. He sat on the chair will be
Saß auf dem Stuhl.
yeah. Saß. Saß. The past tense for sitzen is saß. Essen is ass. But lesen is lesen is last, but the last is what's s, not beta sound. Although they are still the essen, sitzen. Yeah. Okay, so he has sat on the chair. The present perfect will be
Yeah, that's on the chair.
That's of the wood. Okay.
Gesessen.
ja, er hat auf dem Stuhl gesessen. Gesessen. I said gesessen because the first S stands alone, but the second S is double. So when it's double, it's pronounced at beta sound, which is a sharp S. Okay, but the first one is alone, which is geze. S alone is set. Right? Gesessen. Super. Then conjunctive. He would sit on the chair. Would. Because I'm like, yeah.
All the
You said-
difference between
Oh, he would.
he has sat on the chair and he sat on the chair. Difference meaning.
Yeah, so so in English, it's just a choice of tense, like choice of tenses. You either use the past tense or you either use the present perfect. Okay, but in
Okay.
German, let me tell you. So we said in German, the English, the usage is, we are sometimes very particular about the usage. Unlike the English, you can just, he sat on the chair. Okay, then he has been sitting on the chair. Sorry. Yeah, he has sat on the chair and he sat. Yeah, he has sat on the chair and he has sat. He sat on the chair and he has sat on the chair. Like it's just a choice of tense. But in German, we use them when the action, like when the action is not actively completed, like in German, let me say, in German, we use the past tense when we are sure that the action has been completed. So we want to say, I was smart. It means you are no more smart. But then if I want to say, I have been smart, the action in German, with Germans, if you want to say, oh, I have been smart since I was a child, or you want to say, yeah, you are still smart, then what, ich bin what klug gewesen, I have been smart. But then, like, like with the present perfect, it's believed that the action hasn't actually ended, sir, but then immediately we use the past and it means the action has been completed. Do you get it? Like that's the usage, like it's a nuance, it's not, it doesn't make sense something, but like I'm saying, it's just choice of sentence. But in German, like example, maybe you are in the same city here, you are in this city where I am, and you'll be like, you are walking through the neighborhood with someone, and you want to tell your friend, oh, I lived in this house. Okay, you can say what is ich wohnte in diesem house. Okay, ich wohnte in diesem house. It means the action has been completed. Okay, but then you lived in that house, but then you've moved away, not far from that house. Okay, not far from that house, like in a nuance, the action hasn't actually been completed. When you say is want in this house, it means that the action has been completed. You are not living in this house, and probably you've moved to a different state. But I say, oh, ich habe in diesem Haus gelebt, or that gewohnt, it means that, like, although I once lived in this house, but then I still live around, like, basically, like, also it doesn't make sense, but then it just means that when we use the past tense, when we are sure that the action has been completed, but then we use the present perfect, which is the commonest one in speaking. We won't say ich kam, which is I went. We will rather say ich bin gegangen. In the speaking, we always use the present perfect. But then in newspaper reporting, in the Bible, like, we use the past tense because those actions has been what? Completed. Do you get it? Yeah. So it depends on how you want to, like, express yourself. Okay, yeah. So but then in this sentence, he sat on the chair but in German, we will still say, er hat auf dem Stuhl gesessen, instead of saying, er saß auf dem Stuhl, because it's believed that not everyone is actually conversant or like comfortable with the past tense because it's not normally used. But then if the person like using the haben gives room for the person to at least think small. Because when I say er saß auf dem Stuhl, if you don't know saß, you'll be lost. But then when I say er hat auf dem Stuhl, really I say er hat auf dem Stuhl, it means but there is a he, there is an action that is like either completed or still being completed, the process of being completed. But then gesessen, like at least I'll have time to think, say, yeah, the pair, like we're talking about a chair, we are linking something. Okay? But then when I say this first with the essence of them still, like if you don't grab it, you are lost at that moment. Okay. So in the speaking, this we use the present tense more commonly, more often. Okay. So the conjunctive, he would sit on the chair, will be what?
Er würde auf dem Stuhl sitzen.
Yeah, er würde auf dem Stuhl sitzen. This is where the confusion lies. In English, immediately use the conditional sentence, conditional clause, which is if. You want to say if, you can't say if he would sit on the chair, but in German you can just say it still exists when er auf dem Stuhl sitzen. That's the conjunctive for the present tense. Okay, but in English, when you use the if, you can't use would, which is what if he sat on the chair. But like I said, to another and just immediately you know, say the sentence you are making like is an unreal situation, something that is not actively happening now, and you are just saying, oh, if that thing would have happened. We can't if would have. You see, like in English you don't use it, but then we've used it. Okay, but in English you would rather say, yeah, if he sat on the chair, instead of if he would sat on the chair. But I'm saying it's still the same thing. Okay, you just bring your when in German and say if something will happen. Okay, but in English, when you are like using it in English, then you'll be wrong. Like, if he would, but in English, you just if he sat. Okay, but I'm saying that just forget the tense in English. you just stick to what you just bring your wenn and still put your würde what sitzen. Okay, do you get it? Yeah, and just the person is not sitting now. The person that then sits on the chair, the person is not sitting on the chair. The person that then sat on the chair, and again, what the pair you are just saying, oh, if only the person will what sit on the chair. Do you get it? Then what wenn ihr auf dem Stuhl sitzen, just bring your wenn. But then in the past, before they say, oh, if only he had sat on the chair. Oh, if only he had sat on the chair, or if only he would have sat what on the chair, then something may happen. Maybe what? Just try, like I said, just translate this the present perfect. If it's what had out them zu gesessen, then would have will be what would have is hätte. So what hätte out them zu gesessen. Do you get it? Do you get it? Are you guys like? Yeah. Okay. Hätte auf dem Stuhl gesessen, because it's what hat auf dem Stuhl gesessen. He would have sat on what hätte. Okay, but I'm saying in English, whether it's sign, whether it's change of state, they still would have, except the modal verbs. But just be conscious that if the past tense is formed with sign, so we will change the would have to what it would be. Then basically, okay, because it was he would have gone. But in German, we don't use would have for gone. We use what would be gone. Basically, just would have. Therefore, it's from what is being gegangen, so what is very gegangen instead of would have. Then system. The lesson begins will be schnell, schnell, schnell. Let's do something today.
The Unterricht begins.
Okay, der Unterricht begins.
Lektion.
Ja, die Lektion
Ja.
plus die Stunde. Die Stunde, the hour. The hour is also, yeah, it also means the student means the hour or the class. Okay, basically, because normally classes last for like hours, but then just hour, probably an hour. So like the Stunde, the Lektion or that the Unterricht begins. Okay, if you want to say the lesson began, will be what?
Der Unterricht began.
Yeah. Okay. B-A-G-A-N-N. Okay. In German is what? N-N. What? Yeah. Then the lesson has begun. What?
Der Unterricht hat. Is it? What? Oh God. Begin is what?
Begonnen of.
Yeah.
Begonnen,
Present. Yeah. Ihnen in German verb that contains ihnen in the present perfect we change to what? Ohnen.
Ohnen, okay,
Okay,
begonnen.
for example, yeah, gewinnen will be what? Gewonnen. Gewinn means to win something. Okay, I am winning the match, but ich gewinne das Spiel. I am winning the match. You want to say I have won the match, but ich habe das Spiel gewonnen. Okay, ihnen changes to wohnen in what? Yeah, cloud. So I don't mean to share verb containing ihnen. Just gewinnen and beginnen. I don't know, maybe I have to think about that now. Yeah. So we want to say the lesson would begin. Okay, the lesson would begin. Would be what? Oh, sorry.
The Lektion würde begin.
Würdest du,
But
but the
we
lesson no,
begin.
you. Würde. You say würde.
Ja,
The Lektion würde beginnen.
beginnen,
The
ja.
lesson would be. It's würde, not würdest. Würdest mean. Würdest is two, but the conjunctive form. No problem. The conjunctive form is just like modal verbs. Always the ish, and the what, the yes are the same. Ich kann, du kannst. I could in the past. What ich konnte. The ESES is also what? ER Conte, Z Conte, or the S Conte. Okay, you want to say, so in this, in terms of simple phrase be right now, you can use it. If you want to say, you want to say, oh, it can be that he would come tomorrow. You see, in this sentence, it was, we are talking about, we are first using the kernel, which is what? It could be that, okay, it could be that he would come tomorrow. Who would try that?
It could be as Clinton.
It's Conte,
Oder?
yeah, it's Conte sein. It can be das.
Yeah. Thank you.
Das ihr morgen kommen würde. It could be that he would come tomorrow. Okay, so like it's a phrase. It's Conte sein. It's very, yeah. Oh, it could be that. Yeah, it could be that, like we normally use it in English. Oh, it could be that. So I'm just saying it could be that is what is, sorry, es könnte sein. Then you, whatever thing will also have to be the in what the conjunctive, because you are not sure. But when you are sure of something, oh, it can be that, maybe it can be that the. But then when you say it can be, and when you are sure es kann sein, maybe the reason why he slapped him, and you are actively sure he slapped him because he made him angry.
Can happen that. Can you also use that?
You said?
It can. Can you also use that one? It can happen that.
So like when you use the it can happen that, it means you are sure. But when you are not sure what it could happen that, you said?
And it can't no difference it will be that.
No, listen.
That it
I'm
can
saying
happen.
no, I'm saying that in English, no, listen, in English it's the same. But in German, when you are not sure, don't use the can. So can is active. In English, I'm saying in English tenses, we just use it to fly. But in the could is the subjective form of can. Okay, which in English, when you are not sure, you are not even supposed to say it can be, but then we've used it. In English, you have to say it could be that the chef is angry at him. The chef was angry at him. Yeah. It could be that the chef was angry at him. But then when you use the it can be, then when it can be that the chef is angry at him, it's active. Oh, es kann sein, dass der Chef über ihn wütend ist. Okay, but it could be that the chef was what? Angry at him. Because you can say that, when even with that, you have to use the would be there. Okay. Just be conscious. If you are sure, then what es kann sein. When you're not sure, es könnte sein. Yeah, super. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what. And to think is thinking. So I think about it. Okay. In English, you can't say I think. You can't say I think with it when you want to say you are thinking about something. So I'm just saying that in English it's fixed. Either you say ich denke about it. Okay, ich denke über, or that ich denke an. When I'm saying, so über is about, I'm thinking about it is über. And you want to say I am thinking of it, then it's used an. So if I'm thinking of you, so ich denke an dich. Okay, I'm thinking. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you're not listening to this is witchcraft too. Yeah. So the next sentence. Yeah. So I'm thinking of is what denke an. I'm thinking about is a denke über. But again, here I mentioned it recently that in hard. And so like I'm going overboard, but then in this sentence, it will be about it, with it, to it, before it, after it, the it, which like I'm just basically saying that you can combine it or that with what all prepositions in English, right? So after will be what after it or the after that, okay? With it will be what with it or with that, okay? About it, which is here, which other preposition against
Not
For
it,
it.
for it, before it, or before that. In German, we want when it's that or like a combination of it or that with a preposition, we just put here. So that is that, right? Plus prepositions. Okay, we don't even is it, we don't say s. Okay, we use das. Okay, because that's the only way you can make. So you do away with the s with that. That is which is das. When you say that is my man, that is my man. Okay, that's that. You just bring the da. Okay, we do away with the s plus preposition. So which preposition do we want to use? Über. Let me do away with über. It means that plus was to that. That plus um, that plus was after a snack, yeah. That plus four, yeah, fear. That plus what? Schnell. Then I'm only doing that plus
Uber.
ja,
Über.
kommt jetzt. That plus gegen all prepositions. Okay, all prepositions. Okay, that plus between that or between it, between sorry, plus was
Mm, is
auf,
it
yeah, an. That plus an, that plus so small right space in here. Who are you?
maybe? And I know they encounter.
Yeah, daneben. Daneben. hit space and so that plus any preposition. That's okay. Any preposition. I want to say that plus one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Maybe number.
Label. Basically any preposition. So this is how it's formed. So we do away with the S. Oh God, I hate spacing. What's all this? Maybe it's big on any serious. Okay, so we do maintain this.
Boy, no me tell you, system videos now on YouTube. No. I have money topic here. Why? Let me ask you.
Yeah, Juma. Good name.
It's a
I
topic
get
on.
you. Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
I get you. No, listen. There can be like okay, the very first two videos. Now I took time, okay, and maybe like anchor this part and I made sure that's in the video. I would put the timestamps there, okay, so that you can jump straight to that. But I can like me try, and then I used about just because I had to take time and rewatch the video, like so that I can. Charlie, it's too much. It's too much. Maybe future I can still edit them, but they're not now. Yeah, we combine that plus preposition. Okay. Yeah. So we do away with the S and directly combine the DA to the preposition. Okay. Exception in German, there's always exception. Exception is that's when the preposition starts with a vowel, we put R between the A and the preposition. Let me type it here. Yeah. So according to the rule, we just to take away the S and we will use that. So that the da means it with it or what, sorry, the da means it or what, that, it or that. Okay. Yeah. So then you add your preposition. Okay. That really combine the DA to what, the preposition. Okay. But when the preposition starts with a vowel, then you put R between what, the DA and the preposition. So that or that it and damn it will be what? Right, that's yeah. Will be, let's go. Oh
Damn it.
yeah,
Damn it.
yeah, damn it. So damn it means with that or that it. Okay, then to that will be what? That to,
Yeah. That.
which means to it or that. Okay, then
Danak.
that's plus nak will be what? The mark will be what? After that order, after that order it's. Then that will be what? Sorry, that will be that should. Yeah, which will be what? For that order it's. Okay. Then here we have what? That's plus Uber. So the Uber starts with a vowel, so you have to put R between it. So because you can't say that Uber, you can't combine two vowels, which is A and the A from what, the R from that, and the U from what, Uber. So put R between them, so what, Daruba. But about that order it's. Then between dots, we've got das vision. Between dots or it's. Then on that will be what? Oh yeah. Darauf, because Darauf, not Daruf. Who is Daruf? Kind of chimame. Darauf. Not on it or but okay. Then that's plus and will be what? Daran, because it starts with what? A preposition. Okay. Daran, which is what? Of it or of it or the at it, because the an means at or the of or the it's sorry, that's then darum right? Darum around it or the sometimes means about, yeah. So about or the around it's or the that's okay. So we just combine them with all prepositions. Okay, daneben. Next to it or that's okay. All preposition. Gegen, dagegen. If you want to say I am, so here this is how we use it. So I want to tell you that, oh, I need a pen. Then someone asks you, what do you need the pen for? Then I can say with that I can write. So like sometimes you say, so does ich schreiben kann. Okay, but then in German you can just say with that I can write. And what damit kann ich schreiben. Okay. Like with that I can write. So basically I can use that to write. Okay. When we say why do you come with the bus? So you don't want to say that, oh, with the bus, you can say, damit bin ich immer früh. With that, I am always early. Okay, with that, so how do you always come with the bus? So like anything with that, with it, so just, just want to say, that too is to that. You want to say, do you want to say anything to that? Oh, that too kann ich sagen. To that I can say, or to it I can. Okay, like you just sometimes use it to replace, or like and these some of them can also be used as conjunction, because damn it itself is a conjunction. But then so it depends on the when it's a conjunction with damn it given reason, then your sentence you have to go to the end of the sentence. Okay, but then if it's not damn it and just saying that with that itself, then just follow the normal order. Then danach. So we want to say I brush my teeth. And you don't want to repeat the sentence again, but you do something after that. Then danach schreibe ich, or that danach lese ich. After that, I read my book. Okay, danach lese ich Bücher. Okay, you've already mentioned something and you don't want to repeat them. Okay, you don't want to just repeat it. You can use done here for that or for it. Okay, so like you can only use this for inanimate objects. If it's about if it's a person, you have to use the preposition, then the person. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I'm saying that I'm coming with him. You can't say damn I'm coming with that. That is like so mit ihm. You just have to state mit ihm. I'm coming with him. Okay, mit ihm komme ich. Or what ich komme mit ihm. Don't mit less. Don't say ich komme with that. If you say that mit komme ich, you say that you're coming with it. You're referring to him. So like these are for inanimate objects. Okay. So for this sentence, for that few, for that or for it, maybe I'm baking a cake. Then I tell some, oh, I need cake flour. Okay, flour is das Mehl. Yeah, flour is das Mehl. Das Mehl. MEHL. Someone asks you, and I tell the person, oh, I need a flour. Then the person asks you, what are you using it for? Oh, like now that fuel, yeah, and yes, and yes, how do I say it? Maybe I'm baking the cake, and the person asks you, like why? Like the person asks you, why do you need the flour? Dafür kann ich den Kuchen backen. For that I can cook. Like for that, depends on the usage, how you want to use it. Depends on the case. Yeah. English sentence name the case.
And then that makes it have to food.
That is it. What's that?
And then they ask it.
Then, but that fuel is like maybe the boss. I don't want to use human. Okay, maybe like it depends on the context. I don't know which context I can give. Maybe the teacher is like this test you are writing is will be a decisive test, like for your progress. Maybe if you pass this test, you can like this test is very important. And I'm telling you that if you want to progress to the next level, you need to pass it. And what that feel like in order to like move to the next level, you have to be able to move to the next level, you have to pass the test. Dafür musst du den Test bestehen. Bestehen means to pass. Bestehen. So it depends on the concept, but then maybe and basically like all how how do I say it? All verbs that are used with few. Like there are some verbs like verbs that require some prepositions. Okay, so maybe I am interested in English. You say I am interested in. By German, you say you are interested for use. Interested, interessieren with few. You always say, that fear interessiere ich mich. So like it depends on the concept. You'll get there. Okay? Yeah, but I'm just saying that sometimes if you are talking about inanimate objects, you want to say that's plus Uber. Then someone asks you, what are you thinking of? And I'm thinking of my car. I just say, oh, darüber denke ich. Okay, I am thinking about that. Okay, darüber denke ich. But then if it's a human, you can say darüber. You have to, oh, is denke über ihn or that über alles über. Okay, but this is for inanimate object about that. Über ihn denke ich. But then darüber denke ich means you are talking about something that's like inanimate object. Klar. Then dazwischen, between. Okay, between dazwischen. Yes, sometimes when dazwischen, I say like in between time, in between, maybe oh, where should I put it? Where should I put the box? Oh, dazwischen. I'll point to, oh, dazwischen means maybe between the stove and the, oh, dazwischen, there between. Okay, so it depends on the context. Then darauf. Darauf is, we use the preposition auf with warten plus plenty auf there. Okay, go say, oh, where are you? I am on the street. It's been auf der Straße. Then someone, like when you don't want to repeat the word auf der Straße again, oh, darauf bin ich. The person is, oh, I saw you on the street last week. Where are you now? Oh, darauf bin ich. I'm still like there over like auf on the street. So like it depends on you get used to it. Like it's easy. It's easy. Then an plus denken. We use an plus denken, an plus plenty other verbs. So you want to say I'm thinking of my food. Is denken an my essen. But you want to say I don't want to repeat it. Oh, I'm thinking of that. Or is denken daran. Okay. Yeah. And with denken, we have plenty denken. We have the normal denken, which means you are simply thinking. Then we have nachdenken, which means like you have to give more thought to something. And überlegen also means to think, but then you have to give more thought to something. So like überlegen and nachdenken is used with über. Nachdenken, über. Okay, like I'm just saying, like the other thinking, and we have different usage for them. It's just like nutzen, benutzen, und what verwenden. They all means use, but we have cases and scenario, we use each of them. Do you get it? Yeah. Then darum, I'm worried about you is what is machen mir Sorgen dich. Okay, I'm worried. I'm making myself worried about you. Okay, but means about something, about the situation. Oh, darum mache ich mir Sorgen. And like I'm worried about that. Okay, yeah. Then daneben, in between. So let me mention. Oh, I saw you I saw you last time. Next to the church. Where are you now? Oh, it's been knocked daneben. I'm still what? Next to that. Okay, or maybe where is the lamp? Oh, neben the stool. Oh, daneben, like over there, next to that. Maybe where can I find my keys? You can find it on the fridge next to. Yeah. You get it, but I just wanted you to know how they are formed. Okay, you put R between them if the preposition starts with what? Yeah. The preposition starts with vowel, but then if there's no vowel, you just put your da plus what? Yeah. So here the 17 will be what? Yeah. I'm thinking about it too much. It denke daruba or daruba denke ich. Okay. Then I thought about that to be what? Ich dachte darüber. Okay. The past tense, ich dachte darüber. Then what I have thought about that and what ich habe darüber gedacht. Ich habe darüber gedacht. But, oh, I would think about that. I'm not sure, but then I think I will still think about that. Was ich würde darüber denken. Okay, if wenn ich darüber denken würde, it's still the same. English idiom possessive, but you just bring your when it's a conditional sentence, then you keep the same form. Dododo würde. Klar. I want to say I would have thought about that. Oh, if only you can interpret if you only if you like if only you had informed me earlier, I would have thought about that. So I would have thought about that. So what ich hätte darüber gedacht. You just translate what the ich habe darüber gedacht. Ich habe darüber gedacht to what ich hätte darüber gedacht. What the conjunctive. Then I help. Sorry. She helps me. Helfen is irregular. What irregular in the present tense is what? Ich helfe, du hilft, yes, hilft. Then wir helfen, ihr Amplitude is still hilft. Then sie oder sie helfen. So she helps me what? Sie hilft mir. Sie hilft mir. So I want to say she helped me. The past tense is half. English, half. Half of something. Half. So sie half mir. Okay, so she helped me once. Sie half mir. Like I've never even heard someone say sie half mir. So the past tense, like they are not like speaking. We prefer to say sie hat mir geholfen. She has helped me. Sie hat mir geholfen. Then she would help me. In fact, sie würde mir helfen if she had time. Like I said, if what she would have time, but then would have this head. Okay? So wenn sie mir, sorry, she would help me. Sie würde mir helfen, wenn ihr Zeit hätte. If he would have time, but would like I don't even have to explain this anymore. Henceforth, the if and would cannot be used, but then in this lesson I will always use it. Okay, but just remember that when you are making the sentence in English, it's not if plus would, but then what if she had helped me. Okay, sorry, if she had helped me, so she would help me. Sie würde mir helfen. She would have helped me. What? Sie hätte mir geholfen. Conjunctive, you just think what like they are the same thing. Sie hat mir geholfen, and why in the past, and oh, she would have helped me. Why? Sie hätte mir geholfen. Klar? Then schlafen. Ich schlafe gut. Ich schlafe gut. Then I slept well. Schlafen, the past tense is schlief. I slept well. Ich schlief. So ich schlief gut. The past tense is schlief. Just like laufen is lief. So schlafen is what schlief. Okay. So ich schlief gut, the past tense. Then the present perfect will be what ich habe gut geschlafen, which is more common in what daily speaking, daily talking and so. So ich habe gut geschlafen. Then I would sleep well. Ich würde gut schlafen. Okay, ich würde gut schlafen. But here, I would have slept. I would have slept well if I had had more time. So ich hätte gut geschlafen, wenn ich Zeit gehabt hätte. Past tense. But then the present would be what I would sleep well if I had time, or if I would have time. So ich würde gut schlafen, wenn ich Zeit hätte, oder wenn ich Zeit haben würde. But haben, we use the hätte. Okay, so here I would have slept well, but ich hätte gut geschlafen. I would have slept well in the past. Ich hätte gut geschlafen if I had had time, wenn ich Zeit gehabt hätte. Okay, ja. Dann 20 ist be, sein. Ich bin glücklich oder ich bin froh. Then ich bin glücklich. I was happy. What? Ich war what? Glücklich. I have been happy is what? Ich bin glücklich gewesen. Okay. Dann conjunctive. You want to say I would be happy. Oh, I would be happy, but ich wäre glücklich oder ich würde glücklich sein. But like I said, be, haben plus modal verbs plus other few verbs, you prefer to use the original conjunctive, which is what? Wäre for sein. So ich wäre what? Glücklich I would be happy if my mom came. oder if my mom would come. Okay, ich wäre glücklich, wenn meine Mutter käme. Original conjunctive for what? Kamen, which is oder ich wäre glücklich, wenn meine Mutter kommen würde. Okay, they want to say I would have been happy if my mother had come. So ich hätte glücklich, ich wäre glücklich gewesen, wenn meine Mutter gekommen. Ich wäre glücklich gewesen, wenn meine Mutter gekommen wäre. Okay, gekommen wäre, because it's what? Bin gekommen. Okay, klar? I'm not sure there's any better explanation than the Maye. The Maye. Listen, you just have to practice and just be conscious. If you're not, if the thing is not active, like the action is not happening now, you are not sure the action will happen in the future. You are not sure the action, like it's concrete that it will happen in the future, then you use what? The conjunctive in the present tense. But if what is the thing that's already been done, but then you want to change something, or something could have been done about it, then you use what? The past tense for conjunctive. Okay, yeah. So the past tense with the modal verbs, I'll skip it for now. Then after lesson 10, I'll go over it again during the recap. Okay, I'll go over it again. But then if you still don't get it subsequently, I know it will come up again in the book. And then we'll go over it again. Okay, yeah. As far as I was saying. Clark, any question, any contribution, any whatever? Okay, so just read your notes, go over you didn't learn German. I hope Zemna you did nothing, like you didn't study German. Sometimes you just need a break. You just have to allow the brain to rest and you just recover. Okay. Sometimes you can even take 2 days, 3 days break, but I don't know you are conscious about it too. There's a with them a brave and then be, but then you just want to take a break. Then no bad things will be your mind will be refreshed to accept new things. Okay, that's how you learn language. Sometimes you can take 2 days a day break. Okay, without doing nothing concerning the language. Then you can just come with a good heart and a focused mind. Then, klar? Okay. Yeah. Let me continue with the book. Unless maybe you guys want to do something. Let me continue. So yeah. So the conjunctive, like we said, is also used to be polite. Okay, especially with the modal verbs. With the other verbs, you can't say I would come is polite. It has nothing to do with politeness, but basically stating what unreal sentence, unreal what actions, something that may or may not happen. Okay, but then we use the modal verbs plus haben and wäre to be polite. You want to say, yeah, you want to say, oh, would you be helpful? Would you be polite to open the door for me? Okay, like people will be like they won't be like, oh, be polite and open the door for me. No, they'll be like, would you be polite? So either würden Sie höflich sein oder what? Wäre, which is would be, wäre. So you can see, wär du höflich? Connection. Can you guys hear me? My connection went away. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, super. Okay, so hier hören Sie noch einmal, was so die Schneiderin fragt. Yeah, the night was a little bit complicated, but I hope so, Ryan, if I play the audio now, you at least catch some few things. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio. It's a conversation between a tailor and was so the Schneider and Frau Roth mit den Kleidungsstücken machen. Okay, a tailor and someone, and the person is trying to be polite and say, "Oh, would you make the trouser weather longer? Would you please?" Like instead of saying even without saying please, but then you can just be polite by using okay, yeah. Without using please, when you use the wäre, the könnte, the hätte, you can ignore the please, okay, because it's assumed that you are being polite. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio. Try to catch as much. Yeah. That's what do you really?
But they answer them.
No, I think here
One to
was. I think here, Jamie Zimia and was can. Okay. We had a exercise, so then just listen to the conversation and just see like what's the view. Then see the roke anger. Sorry, anger. Whether they said anger marking, anger, sorry, let me get anger quotes or anger. So whatever. Like just try to complete this sentence. What they said about the skirts, the trouser. Yeah, the skirts, the trouser, what he said about the shirts, what he said about the pullover, Suruk's chicken or the vase. Okay, just focus on those. I clicked on the audio.
B, 1b und C.
Beim nächsten Ton ist es 15:30 Uhr. Sie hören nun die Nachrichten.
Frau Roth, wir haben hier einige Probleme. Könnten Sie mir helfen?
Sicher, Herr Kollege. Was kann ich für Sie tun?
Die 2 Röcke sind hier oben etwas zu weit. Würden Sie sie hier, genau hier, 3 Zentimeter enger machen?
Kein Problem. Das mache ich gern.
Und dann die Hose hier, die ist ein bisschen zu lang. Könnten Sie sie etwas kürzer machen?
Wie viel kürzer?
Genau 5 Zentimeter. Sehen Sie? So, ich habe alles markiert.
Klar, kein Problem.
Und dann habe ich hier noch ein Hemd, das ist dem Kunden zu eng. Würden Sie das Hemd etwas weiter machen? Hier und hier.
Gut, mache ich.
Außerdem haben wir hier 20 Pullover in Größe XXXL. So viele brauchen wir sicher nicht in dieser Größe. Könnten Sie die Pullover zurückschicken?
Ja, gern. Ich sage es Herrn Meier. Er macht das dann.
Schaffen Sie das in einer halben Stunde?
In einer halben Stunde? Naja, ich weiß nicht. Normalerweise brauche ich da schon länger. Aber meine Kolleginnen können mir helfen.
Ach bitte, die Kunden warten.
Na gut, wir fangen gleich an.
Beim nächsten Ton ist es 16 Uhr. Hier ist der Reisetipp für den Monat Mai.
Und?
So, hier sind die Röcke, die Hose und das Hemd.
Ja, wunderbar. Aber wo sind denn die Pullover?
Die sind schon weg?
Schon weg?
Sie haben gesagt...
Oh je. Stimmt. Und Herr Meier hat die Pullover schon zurückgeschickt?
Ja.
Das ist mein Fehler. Die waren für die Hockeymannschaft. Die Herren warten draußen.
Die Herren warten draußen. Die Herren. Their hair is the mister, but then like a group of boys, like you said, the pullovers are for the team. So the Herren, like plenty, like the Frauen, the Herren is a plural for mister. So like the misters are waiting, like yeah. So yeah, should I play it or like you're able to grab something? Würden Sie die Röcke was machen? Yeah, I've even Enger machen. Okay, would you make? Würden Sie machen? Would you make the skirts tighter? Tight is eng. Okay, tighter is what? Enger. Klar? Yeah. Enger machen. Und dann hier könnten Sie die Hose was? The hose, can you
Hose
guys hear me? Can you make the, you didn't get it. Can you make the trousers was, is it shorter, wider, shorter?
Ja.
Habe ich hier noch ein Hemd, das ist dem Kunden zu eng. Sehen Sie? So, hier, die ist ein bisschen zu lang. Oh, hier, 3 Zentimeter eng. Die 2 Röcke sind hier oben etwas zu weit. Würden Sie sie hier, genau hier, 3 Zentimeter enger machen?
Kein Problem. Das mache ich gern.
Und dann die Hose hier, die ist ein bisschen zu lang. Könnten Sie sie etwas kürzer machen?
Wie viel kürzer?
Okay. Die Hose sind lang. Okay, könnten Sie die Hose, singular, ja, die Hose was kurzer machen. Can you make them short? Kurzer, etwas kurzer. Dann würden Sie das Hemd weiter, ja, oder? Can you make the shirts weiter
Ja,
machen?
ja,
Would you make? Okay. Then könnten Sie, could you make the pullover, could you send, ja? Könnten Sie die Pullover zurückschicken? So schicken means what? To send, okay? Normally delivery, okay? And sometimes schicke via email, basically to send, okay? So zurück means back. So you can use return, like send it back, okay? You can use zurück plus anything, okay? So I'm doing it like I'm resending it, like I'm making it as it used to be, like, okay, so it's market at zurück or what zurück market, like you can use zurück plus anything, okay? We are going back with what zurückgehen, okay? But then we also return itself is zurückkehren, okay? But then when you don't do, you can just combine zurück. If you want to say something back, something changes something back, just zurück plus the verb, okay? Yeah. Dann, ja, das war's. Okay, so we use würden machen, würden, yeah, to be polite to the person. Or basically, if you want to say, she would make the skirts tighter, or what? Sie würde die Röcke enger machen. Okay, she would, or she could make the, but I said the Z here is for you formal because he's referring to her as you, but then in the formal sector. Okay, that's what the Z here doesn't mean she, but then I'm just saying she could make the trousers what shorter, but sie könnte die Hose kürzer machen. Klar? Yeah, so it's still the same thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so hier kann ich mit 2 höfliche Frage und bitte helfen Sie mir bitte. So instead of saying help me, bitte helfen Sie mir. Just würden Sie mir helfen, or if any of the modal verbs works, could you help me? It's also possible. So könnten Sie mir helfen? Instead of saying give me the Tasche, you can say, oh, would you give me the bag or the contents to mir die Tasche geben? Okay, so in this case you are being polite. But I want to say, oh, she would give me the bag. I'm not sure whether she will or she won't. Then what? Sie würde mir die Tasche geben. But if I'm just like talking to someone, I want to be polite. It's still the same structure. Just be conscious of it. Just würden. So würden Sie oder würdest du mir helfen? Okay. Yeah. Then instead of telling a group of people, give like you plural, gibt mir die Tasche, because what for the giving for imperative with what the second person plural, which is you guys, it's just the normal conjugation of the verb. Unlike they do that, you do away with the st, then you mention whatever is left of the verb and plus the do, but with ear, what gibt mir die Tasche, because it's what ear gibt. Okay, so gibt mir die Tasche means he's talking to either his or her children or his friends, or give me the bag. and what gibt mir die Tasche. So instead of saying gibt mir die Tasche, würde is what still with the ear is amputate. So it's what würdet. Okay, just add your T, würdet, then könntet, okay, müsstet. Okay, ear is amputate. On obeying the T, regardless, obeying the T got verb. Okay, yeah, so but it's not very common. We hardly meet that. Just yourself even giving us. I mean, who do I know that I'm going to like? I don't even have people here that I can if you know that them like with the ear. Okay, so but then if you're that in content, okay, when you are writing, then you can be conscious about it. So okay, yeah. So geben bringen dative accusative. So ich gebe dir, yeah. So the beneficiary always come like the normal sentence. Ich gebe dir einen Pullover. But then when it's in the Nebensatz or what's the subordinate clause, we don't say if or that does that I can give you the bag. We stick to the normal subjects, what's accusative, subject accusative, like yeah. Unless maybe the only reason why the DR came before what the dative case came before the accusative case is because the dative case is what a pronoun, which I've explained plenty times because it's a pronoun. If it would have been still now in the same, I am giving her Mula the pullover will still be what it gave her Mula and pullover. Okay, but then so Nebensatz, yeah. Yeah. Something not really making our fancy. I rest my case, but then I told you say when both cases let's say I am giving you it's as in the pullover, but the it's pullover is what him, so what in. So in this case, I am giving it to you, or I'm giving it to you. Yeah, it will be what is given in the accusative pronoun will come before what the dative pronoun. Okay, that's one there. You have to be conscious of it. Okay. So when both cases are what in when both cases are in pronoun, like pronouns, then the accusative pronoun come before what the dative pronoun. Okay, yeah. But then if the dative pronoun, then you got yeah. So here, please try to make it younger. Instead of saying bring me a coffee, when you want to be polite, one würden Sie mir einen Kaffee bringen? Would you bring me a coffee? Okay, here in this sentence, it's not actively an unreal situation, but then we want to be polite because we said you either use this when you want to state what an unreal situation, something that may or may not happen, or when you want to be polite. So here we are still using the würden bringen, but in this case, not about like the emphasis is not on. It's not. We are not saying that he or she may bring me the coffee, but we just want to be polite. Würden Sie mir einen Kaffee bringen? Okay. Then fahren Sie langsamer. Drive slower. Ich habe Angst. Okay. Drive slower. I have to. Könnten Sie bitte langsamer fahren? Ich habe Angst. Okay. Could you please drive slower? Ich habe Angst means I am. Angst haben means you are afraid. Ich habe Angst, okay? Ich habe Angst means I am afraid. Then the thing that you are afraid of, we say I am afraid of. You can't say I am afraid with. So in English, we use afraid with of. In German, we use afraid with the preposition for in front. I am afraid in front, okay? So for is what? For is vexel preposition, but it's used in the dative case with Angst haben. So we want to say, I am afraid of dogs. I am afraid of the man, but ich habe Angst vor dem Mann. In this case, the for is used with dative, with Angst. Angst haben for is dative for dative. The for is dative with Angst haben. So it shall be angst for the woman. I want to say, I am afraid of the woman, but it shall be angst for their Frau. I want to say, I am afraid of the dog, but it shall be angst for the Hund. But I want to say, I am afraid of what the dogs. Then it shall be angst for them, whom them. Dogs is the plural is the Hunde. So dative plural will take what an N because it doesn't end with an N. The dative plural is just the Hunde. Okay, be conscious of that one too. The also you have to apply it. Okay, geben Sie mir eine Karte. Give me the card. Be polite. Oh, could you give me the card, or would you give me the card? So könnten Sie mir die Karte geben oder würden Sie mir die Karte geben? Mach das Fenster zu. Es ist kalt. Close. So marking means to close. Close the window. It is cold. No, we don't do that. Be polite to the person and just say, different. For the fine, I'm for the responsibility. Yeah. So, yeah, where are you? Mach das Fenster zu. Es ist kalt. So, could you? Yeah, hold on. Ja, super. So, mach das Fenster zu. Könnten Sie das Fenster zumachen oder würden Sie das Fenster zumachen? Oder würdest du das Fenster zumachen oder was? Könntest du das Fenster zumachen? Es ist kalt. Ja, macht die Musik leiser. Leise means low. Low. We don't want to but then we use it. So then the comparative is leiser. Okay. So macht the music leise. So here will be what macht. So it means we have given an order to what the ear form to würdet ihr die Musik leiser machen. Oder könntet ihr die Musik leiser machen? Ich möchte lesen. I would like to read. Please lower the music, klar? Räum die Spielmaschine aus. Ausräumen means ausräumen. Hey. Aufräumen. Ausräumen. It's like to get them out, as in get the Spielmaschine is the dishwasher. So I think the ausräumen means to clean out. Okay, clean out. Yeah. Clean out. So probably maybe the dish machine when it's done, then you have to take the dishes out of I think I haven't said I've never heard ausräumen, but then I think yeah. So then in this case, what würden Sie die Spielmaschine ausräumen? Oder könntest du die Spülmaschine ausräumen? Fahren Sie schneller. Ich habe es eilig. Ja, ich habe es eilig. Eilen. Sorry. Eilen means to rush. Beeilen also means to rush. Okay, but beeilen is sich beeilen. I am rushing myself. So what is I am rushing to the train station? What? Ich beeile mich zum Bahnhof. Okay, I am rushing to the train station. Yeah. So, but then what you use it as an adjective, as in like, I'm in a rush. Ich habe es eilig. I'm in a rush. Like it's a phrase. Don't try to understand. It's a phrase. Like it doesn't. I have it rushing. It doesn't make sense. But then when you say like, ich habe eilig, the S probably the S means maybe you want to do the thing like. But ich habe eilig means I am in a hurry. Okay, ich habe eilig or I am rushed, like yeah. And if I want to say I am rushing, then we use beeilen, sich beeilen. Okay. So here is the adjective. I'm in a rush. Okay, ich habe eilig. The S here I don't know what they are referring to, but then it shall be Eilish is the correct phrase when we say I'm in a hurry. Then, yeah, that's us. Hold up. Yeah, so partner are right. So when you are home, give sentences and what when you see things happening, like could you the mate try to speak to the mate polite, just for your German sake, mate from Sikamame that be mate, all kind of say yeah, just translate that to German. Oh, würdest du mir mein Geld zurückgeben? Konntest du mir mein Geld geben? Okay, translate that to would you give me my money or my change there? My money, I mean, my Geld got change. You get this, but I have my balance or that's yeah. So like the active sentence, try to send it to the polite and want to say, oh, if he had given me, you can also use this in the past. Okay, try the sentences in the like your own sentences in the active form. Active form, he's giving me the. Then you send it to what the conjunctive present. If he would, or the what the would. If something, yeah, then you try to send that same sentence to the past. Yeah, the conjunctive past. Yeah, yeah. So. Should we continue? My bro. Yeah. So tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'll meet you tomorrow. Like, don't worry, I'll meet you tomorrow. Really, like I'm saying it. I'll meet you tomorrow. Okay. I'll meet you tomorrow. How much I'll work until 12. Okay, then I'll work until 12. Then so probably from 12 going, maybe when I return, I will have to maybe rest or maybe like relax myself or something. But then I will still meet you between 2 and 6 there. I'll meet you guys. I'm sure 100%, 1000%. Okay. Yeah. And how far with the documents? I'm Mr. Kofi. I said it's a method. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, personal, like chat me personal, then go through your documents and all that. Then you send message. So, yeah.
But one fact, you know, can Lebenslauf.
Yeah.
Gerne nutze das gut.
Yeah, I'll send that. So,
Okay, danke.